I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood today. It's pouring rain outside. I should be down in the dumps, but today I can't. I'm coming in with more energy, a little bit more excitement, a little bit more looseness. I'm getting loose today. Maybe it's because I'm so jittery. I'm so loose. I'm excited today to talk about Assassin's Creed and Riverdale because I've been doing a little bit of both. I've been playing Assassin's Creed, just a little bit, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I've also been watching the new season of Riverdale because, you know, I admit it, I like Riverdale. I like Riverdale. But I kind of started to notice the similarities between the TV show and the video game, Riverdale and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, unfortunately. And the similar theme with these two, you know, pieces of media is that they have great concepts and poor execution. In Riverdale, it's supposed to be about this group of kids that have that solve murders and mysteries in the town of Riverdale. I think it's based off of the Archie comics. I don't know. I didn't read the Archie comics, so I don't know. But it's based upon those comics. And it has these really, really interesting themes with the TV show where the typical caricatures of certain characters are kind of flipped on their heads. Right? Betty, the good girl, she has a bad side to her. Veronica, she's pretty much Regina George from Mean Girls, but she's a reformed version of Mean Girls. It's like what happened to Regina George at the end of the movie, but instead of it being at the end of the movie, it's for an entire TV show. Archie, like, he's pretty much Archie. Like, he's the good guy. He's Fred from Scooby-Doo. And Jughead, he's a weird-ass kid. But there's interesting caricatures, there's interesting spins on these characters, but the execution of some of these interesting concepts within the TV show is bad. It's bad. It's really, really bad. I remember, and this is a spoiler for the TV show, but I remember watching Jughead's death and how he had come back from the dead in the TV show. He faked his own death. He didn't die, but he faked his own death. And how it was supposed to be this big and cool moment, and I was like, that sucked. That whole concept of him going into a room full of the people that were supposedly supposed to have killed him, and then trying to, like, weasel out and try to, like, figure out which one is which, like literally what Scooby-Doo did, like literally what Scooby-Doo does, it didn't have that same impact of, like, a Scooby-Doo, where they're like, we're weeding out the suspects, and we caught the villain, and we're going down who the suspects were, and we finally unveil the villain, and then we say it's the janitor, or it's whoever. Like, that scene with Jughead and Betty, it sucked. It was not very good. And there's a lot of moments like that within the TV show that I'm like, wow, that kind of sucked. On top of the, like, 12 plus episodes of filler, because CW is like, well, we'll just have, like, 20 episodes in a season, and we'll just have, like, 10 episodes of filler instead of it just being instead of having, like, a 10 episode season like they did in the first season. That's not here nor there. I'm done talking about Riverdale. But the same thing applies to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and to be honest with you, the entirety of the Assassin's Creed series, for the most part. Unity and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2, I was like, man, like, these games, they didn't age that well, but they still have these really, really interesting concepts. Ezio Auditore da Firenze, however you say his name, it's Italian. I'm not Italian, I'm American, but, you know, like, the concept of him being involved with Leonardo da Vinci and Machiavelli and Cesare Borgia and Pope Francis is like, it's a mind-blowing concept that you are going around and you're either being helped by these very, very important and influential characters within the game, but these are actual real people in history that had influence on the world, and you're being influenced by them and they're being influenced by you. It's a really, really, really cool concept, but the execution of it, especially in later games, it kind of sucked. It's really, really bad. And it should have been better. And what I mean by it kind of sucks is that, like, looking at it now, looking at some of those games now, and by the way, I'm not mentioning some of the newer games because I haven't played the newer games within the Assassin's Creed series, and I also feel like the execution on those games are so bad that there's no reason for me to talk about the newer games. But with the base games like Assassin's Creed 2, Black Flag, Brotherhood, Revelations, all those games, it's like you could have essentially had like a Witcher 3 concept where those characters were a lot more involved within the narrative and the plot instead of just sitting on the sidelines being in the order and stuff like that. I really like, I remember I was sitting on the toilet yesterday taking a giant dump, and I was just like, man, wouldn't it be cool if Assassin's Creed did this? Wouldn't it be cool if Assassin's Creed did that? And all those thoughts just started to pour in my head, and I was like, man, like, they're just not executing. They're not doing what they gotta do to be better than everybody else. And it sucks that both Riverdale and Assassin's Creed, they have the exact same problem. They have interesting characters. They have interesting concepts, interesting settings, interesting themes within both the game, Assassin's Creed, or the game series, Assassin's Creed, and the TV show, Riverdale. It's like they have these interesting concepts. They suck at executing. I hope that they get better. I hope that Assassin's Creed is better. I actually hope that you know what? I hope they don't go to Japan. You can't handle what Ghost of Tsushima brings. Don't go to feudal Japan. Stay your ass in Europe. Stay in America. Stay in Africa. Stay wherever you. Don't go to Japan. Don't go to Japan. This has been 24. Remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for more. Until my next video, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.